Hello friends, welcome back to Raju Notes channel, the weekly current affairs updates channel. Last time we had done current affairs from 25th to 31st of October 2021. Today we will do few updates from the 1st to 7th of November 21. This week has generally been a festive week and I hope you had a wonderful Diwali and my good wishes to you all. Let's quickly see what were the important events that happened in this week. India's first stealth combat drone technology demonstrator was shown for the public for the first time, and we could see some images coming out about this stealth combat drone, and it was as of now given the name of Swift, and it is still under the research and development of DRDO. We will wait and see that India gains formidable experience in this and we start production of these as part of our Atmanirbhar in the defense sector. During the COP26 climate summit in Scotland, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke and said that India is likely to achieve, or rather he said that India has set a target of net zero carbon emission by 2070. Now, what is this net zero? Net zero is probably a state in which a country's total emissions of carbon dioxide are cancelled by the absorptions from the atmosphere by either trees, forests, or some kind of a futuristic technology. So imagine if just arbitrarily, if the entire industries or entire population or entire surroundings of the India are producing about 70 metric tons of carbon dioxide, the coverage of the green coverage or maybe a futuristic technology will absorb all the 70 metric tons of carbon dioxide and convert it back into oxygen or some usable kind of a format. So word to know or word to remember is net zero carbon emission, and India is planned to achieve this by 2070, and the world has appreciated this kind of a announcement and the steps being taken by India to achieve the net zero state. The Defence Minister had approved a procurement of arms and military equipment worth of about 8,000 crores this week, and this included 12 light utility helicopters from the HAL and Lynx U-2 naval gun control systems from the Bharat Electronics Limited. Well, it also includes the mid-life upgradation of Dornier aircrafts by the Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. We all know that the Dorniers are being used by the Navy and Coast Guard for maritime surveillance and recce kind of a thing. So all these are happening in under Make in India project of Atmanirbhar. A very good news coming in. The Covaxin finally has been accepted by the World Health Organization, and it has been listed for emergency use. Well, this comes after a lot of I must say inhibition from the world leading pharmas. The behind the scene talks are we have been only giving Covishield, that too with the foreign collaboration. Covaxin is purely indigenous or rather Indian grown vaccine, and with the recognition now countries will start importing Covaxin from India, which will give a major boost to the Indian pharmaceutical industries, as also the name of the country will certainly go up and it will become a very formidable I must say player against the AstraZeneca or the other kind of vaccines which are going around the globe. And if you have noticed, Covaxin has been successfully given to the age group of 18 and above, and with very less side effects. So it's a very great achievement for us and for the Indian pharma industry also. Well, this has been possible with the relentless pressure what India has been putting on the WHO. Uh, and further update to what is happening in Pakistan. Last time we had seen that Pakistan had released about 300 odd Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistani party members, and now this time again it has freed about 860 supporters of the TLP, and they say that the TLP should stop making that violent protests in the streets, and now they should come back to discussion table. We all should know how the TLP, which was once upon a time a blue-eyed of the Pakistani ISI, has brought the country to its knees. So this is a thing which we still have to look on to, as to how the TLP is molding the politics of Pakistan. As of now, their leader Saad Rizvi is still under the detention, and there are still protests going on for his release. The indigenously developed smart anti-airfield weapon, which is also called as SAW, SAAW, and which is a precision guided bomb, which is mainly used to destroy the enemy runways, bunkers and aircraft hangars, radars and other reinforced structures in an airfield, in any kind of airfield. And this indigenously developed smart anti-airfield weapon can be fired from maximum ranges of about 100 kilometers. This had been tested twice by the DRDO and the IAF in the recent days. We had seen this tests happening in two different configurations. In one of the configuration, the smart ammunition takes the guidance from the celestial objects and it reaches to the target area. In the second profile, it uses the electro-optical systems fitted, or the electro-optical sensors fitted onto the ammunition, and it reaches to its target, designated target, and does the destruction. So again, a wonderful achievement for India as far as the defense sector is concerned, and this should allow more reliability and working space for the fighters without getting into the enemy area. In a surprising development, the Sri Lankan president had made an overnight emergency request to the Indian government for a delivery of about 100 tons of nano nitrogen liquid fertilizers to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka traditionally has been taking this kind of fertilizers from China, but recently it was discovered that the nitrogen liquid fertilizers from China were contaminated, and it was some kind of toxins were being pushed into Sri Lanka. This was noticed by the Sri Lankan government, and it immediately not only imposed ban on after this from China, but from the entire world, to take stock of the situation. And later on it had approached the Indian government to supply it with this nano nitrogen liquid fertilizers, which India did in a very swift manner, and this was airlifted by the Indian Air Force cargo plane. In the field of science and technology, the Israeli startup company has developed a balloon to trap carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, where it almost solidifies for recycling. Well, we know that carbon is found close to its freezing point, that is about 15 kilometers. If you move up into the space, this is where the carbon generally freezes, and the company is supposedly building large balloons to remove about 1 ton of carbon per day, and with cost as less as about $100. So if this is possible, the entire gambit of global warming, the carbon emissions, the so-called carbon cutting, net neutral the carbon zero emissions, all this will be off if this has been successful. And we all know that Israel keeps inventing or discovering something like this, which are really groundbreaking. So a point for the science and military trek. Well, that is all, friends, for this week current affairs update. I'll see you soon with the next week's current affairs update from 7th onwards. Right, take care, have a great stay.